This one's a bit different. No news, no reviews, no rankings, just my top games of 2025. Not in any particular order, just the ones that actually stuck for me this year. Some of these I played solo, some co-op, one of them I didn't even play myself. I just sat and watched my wife play it from start to finish. And if there's anything glaring that I've missed, it's probably because I haven't played it yet. I'll get around to it when the time comes. Alright, these are my games that actually mattered to me this year. Here we go. Let's start with Arc Raiders. This game is just tension all the time. Every run feels like it could go wrong, every fight feels like it matters, and when you actually extract cleanly, it genuinely feels earned, which a lot of games aim for and completely miss. The gunplay is super tight, the sound design does a ridiculous amount of work, and the world constantly feels like a hostile place in a great way. A lot of my time in this game was spent with my banana brother, which made it even better. Terrible decisions, last second heroics, and a lot of we should not have survived that moments. Exactly how the game should be played. It's one of the highest rated games of the year, and it's won a few awards recently, and I'm fully on board with that. An absolute banger. Skate. So Skate's a weird one for me. I've got a lot of nostalgia tied to this series, and if I'm being honest, right now, it's not fully living up to what I expected. That said, the seasons are adding new areas, they are adding new features, and they are adding new tricks. You can see the shape of what it's trying to become. It just hasn't quite got there yet. But I'm a sucker for skateboarding games, always have been since I skated as a kid. Even in its rougher moments, there's still something about it that pulls me back in. I want this game to succeed, and I think, given time, it probably will. Schedule 1 was one of the biggest surprises of the year for me. It just popped up out of nowhere. On paper, it's a drug dealing sim, which already sounds mad, but it's actually far deeper and more charming than that description suggests. The art style keeps it light enough that it never feels grim, and the gameplay loop just hooks you straight in. You tell yourself you'll do one more run, and suddenly you've lost an hour. What really caught me off guard is how you start building these weird little relationships with the characters in the world. Everyone's got their own quirks and habits, and before long you actually care whether Jess is going to show up or not. At its core, it's just a really fun sim, surprisingly deep, and it's got far more heart than you'd expect. And the plus side, it's made by an Aussie dev. Split Fiction is one I played through with my wife, and I'll be honest, after playing It Takes Two and beating it, this one was a tough slog at first. That game set the bar stupidly high. But once we settled into it, it absolutely proved itself. The studio clearly understands how to build proper co-op games where both players actually matter. You're not just watching someone else play while you press the odd button here and there. It's super creative, it switches things up constantly, and it never really lets you go on autopilot. You both have to stay engaged. Another really strong co-op experience from Hazelight Studios. This one might be a little bit contentious. Mafia the Old Country landed in a very personal way for me. I played this series pretty much my whole life, from the original version on PC as a kid, all the way through to this one, so there's a lot of history tied up in it. Visually, it looks beautiful. The atmosphere is spot on, the tone is heavy in the right way, and the slow burn storytelling works really well. If I had one criticism, it's that I wish there was more open world freedom. There are moments where you're surrounded by incredible scenery and you just want a bit more space to properly explore it. But as a throwback to what Mafia does well, restraint, weight, and consequence, it absolutely earns its place here. This is the one I technically didn't play myself. My wife played the Plucky Squire while I watched, and she loved every single minute of it. Full investment from start to finish. And she would like a sequel immediately, please. And I get it, the game looks beautiful. The charm, the creativity, the way it plays with perspective and style, it just commits fully to its idea and executes it properly. Even as someone just watching, it was a great experience. That's not something you can say about many games, to be honest. And a quick shout out for the Drifter. It's small, sharp, and weird in the right way, and it doesn't really waste your time. It knows exactly what it is and doesn't try to be more than that. Tightly wound, no fluff, no bloat, just well executed. and just so happens to be another banger from another Australian dev this year. We seem to be on fire. Yeah, so that does me. That's my top games of 2025. Definitely not a definitive list, not objective, just the ones that actually stuck with me this year. Let me know what's on your guys' lists of the year. Finally, unfortunately, if you were waiting for me to announce the Hello Kitty Island Adventure as my game of the year this year, didn't quite make it this time. Let's see how we go next year. Let me know what your standouts were and which one you think I've got completely wrong, and I'll see you all in the new year. Have a good one.